Hello everyone. Welcome back. Have you ever wondered why some people live long, happy, and deeply meaningful lives, while others simply exist, rushing through the days? In a small corner of Japan, in a peaceful place called Okinawa, people hold a beautiful secret, a way of living that keeps them healthy, joyful, and full of purpose well into their 90 and even 100. This secret is called Ikigai, a Japanese word that means a reason for being or the thing that makes life worth living. In this series, we'll explore powerful lessons drawn from timeless wisdom, inspiring real stories, and practical habits that anyone can apply, no matter where you live. From finding your personal purpose to living with balance, joy, and resilience, these lessons will help you build a richer and more meaningful life. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any chapter. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this journey to discover your Ikigai, your unique path to a longer, happier, and more fulfilling life. Chapter 1: Ikigai, the art of staying young while growing old. The word Ikigai means reason for being. The Japanese believe that every person has their own Ikigai, something that gives their life meaning and makes them want to wake up each morning. Some people already know their Ikigai, while others are still searching for it deep inside themselves. In Okinawa, a Japanese island famous for having the highest number of people who live to 100 years or more, Ikigai is taken seriously. For them, having a clear purpose in life is as important as food or exercise. It gives them energy and joy every day. One unique thing about Japan is that there is no real concept of retirement, like in many other countries. People don't simply stop working and become inactive after a certain age. Instead, they continue to do what they love for as long as their health allows. This active lifestyle keeps their minds and bodies young. Medical research on people living in blue zones, special regions of the world where people live longer and healthier lives, shows interesting results. Okinawa is one of the top blue zones. Others include Sardinia, Italy, Loma Linda, USA, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Icaria, Greece. In these places, people live longer, have fewer serious illnesses, and stay active well into old age. A strong sense of community and a clear life purpose are common among them. A simple daily habit that supports their health is called Hara Hachi Biyu, which means, eat until you are 80% full. Okinawans stop eating when they feel almost full, not stuffed. They also serve their food on many small plates, which helps them eat less overall. Their traditional diet includes vegetables, tofu, sweet potatoes, and fish, with very few processed foods. As a result, they have lower body weight and fewer health problems. Another important idea is moai, a traditional Okinawan practice of forming close community groups. A moai is a group of friends or neighbors who support each other emotionally, socially, and even financially. They meet regularly, share meals, help each other in difficult times, and create a strong sense of belonging. For many Okinawans, being part of a moai gives them emotional security and becomes part of their Ikigai. In short, the secret of the Okinawans' long and happy lives lies in their lifestyle. They have a purpose, Ikigai. They stay active throughout life. They eat mindfully and healthily. They stay socially connected through moai and community. These habits keep their bodies healthy, their minds sharp, and their hearts full of joy. Chapter 1 introduces these powerful ideas and sets the stage for the rest of the book, which explores how anyone can apply these principles to live longer and better. Chapter 2: Antiaging Secrets, Small Habits for a Long, Happy Life. Do you ever wonder why some people stay active, healthy, and full of energy even in their old age? This chapter gives us powerful tips that help slow down aging, not through magic, but through daily habits of the body and mind. 1. The idea of aging's escape velocity. Imagine you are walking toward a sign that shows the age of your death. Each year, you get closer to it. Now imagine that a rabbit is holding that sign and walking away. If the rabbit walks slowly, you'll reach it eventually. But if the rabbit moves away at the same speed that you're moving toward it, you'll never catch up, you'd live forever. This rabbit represents science and technology. The faster we discover ways to protect our health, the more we push that sign farther away. Some scientists believe we may reach a point where human life expectancy increases by 1 year for every year we live, meaning aging could be delayed more and more. 2. Keep your mind young. The classic saying, "A healthy mind in a healthy body," is still true today. When you keep your brain active, you also encourage a healthier lifestyle. Just like muscles, the brain gets weak without use. Learning new things, facing new situations, playing games, or simply having conversations can keep the brain fresh and flexible. Experts say that stepping out of your comfort zone, like learning a new skill or changing your routine, creates new brain connections and keeps your mind sharp. This mental workout improves not only your thinking ability but also your mood and confidence. 3. Stress, the hidden age booster. Many people look older than their age because of stress. Studies show that long periods of stress damage our cells and weaken our body's ability to repair itself. Long ago, humans felt stress only in dangerous situations, like escaping a predator. Today, our brains treat phone notifications, work pressure, or constant busyness as danger, keeping our stress levels high all the time. A little stress can help us grow, but constant stress makes us age faster. It affects memory, sleep, mood, and even causes physical problems like high blood pressure. 4. Mindfulness to control stress. The good news is that we can manage stress through mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment. Simple practices like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga can help calm the mind and reduce the body's stress reactions. By focusing on now, instead of worrying about the past or future, we give our body the space to heal and relax. 5. Sitting less, moving more. Modern lifestyles make us sit for long hours, at work, watching TV, or scrolling on phones. This lack of movement causes problems like obesity, heart disease, weak bones, and faster aging of our cells. You don't need to become a gym lover to fight this. Simple daily activities like walking for 20 minutes, using stairs, joining group games, and reducing junk food can make a big difference. 6. Sleep, a natural anti-aging tool. Models often credit their glowing skin to a good night's sleep. Science supports this. When we sleep, our body produces melatonin, a natural antioxidant that strengthens the immune system, supports heart health, and slows aging. To keep melatonin levels high, it's important to eat healthy, get sunlight, sleep well, and avoid stress, caffeine, and alcohol. 7. A positive and calm mindset. Longevity is not only about physical habits but also about mental attitude. Research shows that people with positive emotions and emotional awareness live longer. Facing challenges with a calm, strong mindset reduces stress and protects health. Many centenarians, people who live past 100, share similar attitudes. They live purposefully, enjoy simple things, and don't let problems break their spirit. 8. A song of long life. In a village famous for long life, an elderly woman sang, "Eat a little of everything, sleep early, wake early, walk daily, and enjoy each season." This simple lifestyle reflects the heart of anti-aging, balance, joy, and mindful living. Staying young isn't about expensive products or impossible diets. It's about active minds, balanced routines, positive attitudes, movement, good sleep, and stress control. These small habits, when practiced daily, can add healthy years to your life, and make those years happier too. Chapter 3. From Logotherapy to Ikigai, Discovering Purpose for a Longer Life. This chapter explores how finding your life's purpose can lead to a longer, healthier, and more meaningful life. It introduces two unique therapeutic approaches, Logotherapy from the West and Morita therapy from Japan, and connects both to the idea of Ikigai, your reason for being. 1. What is logotherapy? Logotherapy was developed by Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. Unlike psychoanalysis, which focuses on the past, logotherapy looks toward the future and helps people discover meaning in their lives. Frankl described the difference in a simple way. In psychoanalysis, the patient lies on a couch and talks about things that are hard to say. In logotherapy, the patient sits up and listens to things that are sometimes hard to hear. One of the first questions Frankl would ask his patients was, "Why do you not commit suicide?" This might sound shocking, but it was deeply meaningful. People usually gave strong personal reasons: family, goals, dreams, responsibilities, that kept them going. Logotherapy then focused on strengthening those reasons, helping people build their lives around their unique purpose. 2. The process of logotherapy. Logotherapy follows a clear journey in 5 steps. 1. A person feels empty, anxious, or frustrated. 2. The therapist shows that this feeling comes from a lack of purpose. 3. The person discovers a new sense of meaning. 4. They choose freely whether to accept this new purpose. 5. This new mission gives them strength to overcome pain and obstacles. Frankl's famous quote reflects this beautifully. "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." Even in Auschwitz, one of the darkest places in history, Frankl found meaning in rewriting his lost manuscript. This goal kept him alive through suffering and illness. 3. Logotherapy versus psychoanalysis. Frankl believed that traditional psychoanalysis focused too much on the past, pleasure, and unconscious conflicts. Logotherapy, in contrast, focused on future goals, spiritual growth, personal responsibility, purpose-driven action. Where psychoanalysis tried to analyze neuroses, logotherapy aimed to awaken meaning. It was compatible with faith and encouraged people to fight for their unique life mission. 4. The power of why. Frankl often quoted philosopher Nietzsche. "He who has a why to live for can bear with almost anyhow." When we have a strong reason to live, we can face even the hardest situations. On the other hand, existential frustration, the feeling of living without purpose, can make people feel lost, bored, or even suicidal. Frankl didn't see this frustration as a disease, but as a natural signal telling us to find meaning. It can be a positive turning point, pushing us toward change and growth. In modern society, many people follow routines set by others. They try to fill their inner emptiness with money, pleasure, or distractions, but these are temporary solutions. Frankl called this the Sunday neurosis, the feeling of emptiness people experience on weekends when they have no work to distract them. The real cure is finding purpose, your Ikigai. 5. Real-life cases from logotherapy. Frankl's ideas came alive through real people. The concentration camp survivor, Frankl himself survived by focusing on his mission to rewrite his book. The American diplomat, he was unhappy in his job. Instead of analyzing his past, Frankl helped him realize he needed a career change. Once he found a new purpose, he no longer needed therapy. The suicidal mother, after losing one child, she found meaning in caring for her disabled son. By imagining herself on her deathbed, she realized her life already had deep purpose. The grief-stricken doctor, when his wife died, he fell into depression. Frankl helped him see that his suffering had meaning. He had spared his wife from pain by outliving her. This gave him peace. Each story shows that finding meaning transforms pain into strength. 6. Morita therapy, a Japanese approach. While Frankl developed logotherapy in Europe, Shoma Morita created a similar therapy in Japan. Morita therapy focuses on accepting emotions instead of controlling them, and on taking meaningful action. Morita's 3 core principles are: 1. Accept your feelings, don't fight them like waves, observe them like weather. 2. Do what you should be doing, focus on actions, not symptoms. 3. Discover your purpose, Know what you want to do, and act on it. Logotherapy uses 4 stages: isolation, light work, active work, and re-entry to society, to help patients face their emotions and rebuild their sense of purpose. It's closely connected with Zen Buddhism and mindfulness. 7. From therapy to Ikigai. Both logotherapy and Logotherapy share a common mission, helping people discover their purpose in life. But you don't need to visit a therapist to begin this journey. Your Ikigai is something personal, something only you can find. It's your inner fuel, your reason to get out of bed each day. Once you discover it, the challenge is to stay on that path, through daily habits, mindful living, and courage to follow your passion. A sense of purpose is essential for a long and meaningful life. Logotherapy helps people find meaning by focusing on the future, responsibility, and attitude. Logotherapy teaches emotional acceptance and action-based growth. Real-life stories show that meaning can turn pain into strength. Ikigai combines these lessons. It's about finding what truly drives you and living it daily. Chapter 4. Find flow in everything you do. Have you ever been so focused on something that time seemed to disappear? You weren't thinking about the past, the future, or your phone notifications. You were simply there. Present. That magical state is called flow, and it holds the key to both productivity and happiness. In Chapter 4 of Ikigai, we discover how to bring this powerful state into our work and daily life. Let's explore how finding flow in everything you do can bring joy, focus, and a deeper sense of purpose. Understanding flow. Imagine skiing down your favorite slope. The wind rushes past your face, the snow flies like white powder on each side, and your entire mind and body are focused on one thing, gliding perfectly. There's no future, no past, only the now. This is flow. It's when you're fully immersed in an activity, forgetting time and distractions. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi studied this and called it the optimal experience. In this state, your mind is in order. There's clarity, focus, and joy. Flow can happen anywhere, while reading, writing, playing music, cooking, doing art, or even solving a problem at work. The key is, you're deeply engaged, and the activity itself becomes the reward. Conditions for achieving flow. Research shows there are 7 common conditions that help us enter a flow state. 1. You know exactly what you need to do. 2. You know how to do it. 3. You can see or sense how well you're doing. 4. You have a clear direction or goal. 5. The task is challenging but not overwhelming. 6. You have the skills to match the challenge. 7. You are free from distractions. When these align, our attention locks in, and flow naturally follows. Choose the right challenge. The first strategy is to pick a task that's challenging, but not too difficult. If something is too easy, we get bored. If it's too hard, we become anxious or give up. The sweet spot is something just outside our comfort zone. For example, a designer might learn a new tool for a project, a dancer might try a new move, or a writer might attempt a fresh style. These stretch our abilities just enough to keep us engaged. As the author Ernest Hemingway once said, "Sometimes I write better than I can." That's the zone we want. The second strategy is to know your goal clearly. Think of it like using a compass instead of a detailed map. A map can confuse you with too many turns, but a compass always points you in the right direction. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want to accomplish in this session? What's my goal for today's work? What result am I aiming for? When goals are vague, our minds scatter. When they're clear, focus becomes natural. But here's the secret. Once you start working, stop obsessing over the outcome. Flow happens when you fully focus on the process itself, not on the medal, the reward, or the final result. Focus on one task at a time. This might be the hardest strategy today, doing one thing at a time. Our phones, notifications, and social media constantly fight for attention. But multitasking doesn't make us efficient. It reduces productivity by around 60% and lowers our IQ. Instead, create a focused environment. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Dedicate specific times for checking emails. Try techniques like Pomodoro 25-minute work, 5-minute break. Work in spaces where distractions are minimal. When we single task, our brains stop, switching modes, and fully dive into the activity, allowing flow to happen. Flow in Japanese culture. Flow is not just a theory, it's a way of life in Japan. In Japanese culture, takumi, the master artisans, devote their lives to perfecting a single craft. Whether it's making a porcelain cup, a car part, or sushi, they focus with deep attention, blending simplicity and skill. Even tech visionary Steve Jobs admired Japanese artisans. He visited porcelain makers in Japan and was inspired by their patience and detail, incorporating that philosophy into Apple's design. Another example is Jiro Ono, the world-famous sushi master. For over 80 years, he has been making sushi with the same dedication every single day. He doesn't get bored, because his work puts him in flow. He's not chasing fame or expansion. He simply focuses on making the best sushi possible, one piece at a time. And then there's Hayao Miyazaki, the legendary Studio Ghibli animator. Even on holidays, he spends his time drawing alone in the studio. That's his Ikigai, his reason for being, and flow is where he lives daily. Microflow, joy in small tasks. Flow doesn't have to come only from big creative or professional work. It can happen in small daily routines, a concept called microflow. Think of an elevator operator in Tokyo who has been doing the same job since 2004. Instead of getting bored, she turns every ride into a graceful performance, greeting customers, pressing buttons elegantly, and bowing. She has transformed a repetitive task into something meaningful. Even Bill Gates washes dishes every night, following his own system. It relaxes him and gives him quiet joy. Similarly, physicist Richard Feynman would paint walls or solder circuits in between groundbreaking scientific work, because these small focused tasks brought him flow. Meditation and focus. Another tool to enter flow faster is meditation. Meditation trains the mind to slow down, focus on the present, and reduce distractions. Even a few minutes of focusing on your breath can clear mental clutter. With practice, you can switch into a state of calm and clarity more quickly, making it easier to enter flow during work, study, or any creative task. Rituals over goals. Life is naturally full of rituals, small repeated patterns that structure our day. In Japanese culture, rituals play a huge role in business, art, and daily living. Having clear steps and manners creates an environment where flow is easier to achieve. When facing big goals, break them into small rituals. For example, instead of worrying about writing a whole book, focus on a daily ritual of writing a few pages. Flow happens when you enjoy the process, not when you chase the end result. Flow is like a muscle. The more you train it, the easier it becomes to enter that magical state. Start by noticing when you naturally lose track of time. Which activities make you feel alive and focused? Do more of those. Then, bring flow into other parts of your life by setting clear goals, focusing deeply, challenging yourself, and building meaningful rituals. Whether you're cooking, working, creating, or simply washing dishes, flow can turn ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. Chapter 5. Masters of Longevity. What if the secret to a long and meaningful life isn't found in medicine, but in wisdom passed down by people who've lived for more than a century? In this chapter, we meet the true masters of longevity, Centenarians, who have lived for 110 years or more. Their stories and words give us simple but powerful lessons for living better and longer. The world's longest living people. The term supercentenarian was coined for people who live past 110. There are only a few hundred in the world, but their insights are priceless. Take Masao Okawa, who lived 117 years in Japan. Her advice was beautifully simple. Eat and sleep, and learn to relax. She lived through 3 centuries with grace and calm. Maria Capovilla from Ecuador lived 116 years. She never ate meat, stayed active, and filled her life with prayer, crafts, and dance. She didn't think she had a secret, she simply lived joyfully and naturally. Jean Calment, the oldest verified person in history at 122, lived a full life, riding her bicycle until 100 and stopping smoking only at 120. Her secret? A great sense of humor. She famously said on her 120th birthday, "I see badly, I hear badly, and I feel bad, but everything's fine." Staying active and purposeful. Many of these long livers shared a common theme, staying active with body and mind. Walter Brenning, who lived to 114, believed in keeping both mind and body busy. He worked most of his life, ate moderately, and wasn't afraid of death. Alexander Lemich, who lived to 111, simply said, "I just haven't died yet." His longevity came from a healthy, alcohol-free lifestyle and a curious mind. Purpose through passion. Many artists and creators kept working joyfully into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. For them, Ikigai, their reason to live, was their craft. Painters like Carmen Herrera and architects like Frank Gehry showed that curiosity, learning, and creativity keep us young at heart. In Japan, this philosophy thrives. A strong sense of community, staying active, and having a purpose even in old age help people live longer, healthier lives. The masters of longevity teach us something simple: keep learning, stay active, laugh often, and have a reason to get up every morning. Age isn't just about years, it's about purpose. Chapter 6. Lessons from Japan's Centenarians. Imagine a place where time seems to slow down, where people live happily into their 90 and even 100, not in hospitals, but surrounded by gardens, friends, and laughter. This is Ajimai, a small village in Okinawa, Japan, known as the Village of Longevity. In this chapter, we step into Ajimai to learn the daily secrets, traditions, and mindset that keep its people healthy, active, and full of joy for more than a century. Arrival in Ajimai, a different rhythm of life. The journey to Ajimai takes you through forests, beaches, and quiet roads. When you arrive, it feels like stepping out of time. The community doesn't revolve around busy cities or technology, it revolves around people. There's no clear town center. Houses are scattered between sea and jungle, giving the place a peaceful, natural rhythm. The community is held together not by money, but by volunteer work and moai, close-knit support groups that act like extended families. Everyone has a role, everyone contributes, and everyone belongs. Community spirit, celebrations and togetherness. Life in Ajimai is filled with celebrations. Birthdays, small events, and festivals bring everyone together. Even a 99-year-old's birthday turns into a lively party with cake, songs, and dancing, not a quiet nursing home gathering, but a joyful community celebration. Every neighborhood has its own small community center, where people gather daily for activities, singing, and shared meals. Social bonds are strong. Elders are not isolated, they are active members of the community. Simple daily habits, powerful effects. The people of Ajimai follow daily habits that keep their bodies and minds strong. Gardening at sunrise. Many wake up early to tend their vegetables, breathing fresh air and moving their bodies. Homemade food. They eat what they grow, vegetables, fruits, fish, in small portions, enjoying variety and freshness. Exercise and movement. From gentle stretching to games like gate ball, everyone stays active, including 100-year-olds who still play and compete with joy. Spiritual connection. Okinawan religion blends Shinto, Taoism, and ancestor worship. People visit small temples, light incense, and honor their family spirits daily, which gives life meaning and calm. The 5 life lessons from Ajimai's elders. Through interviews with over 100 centenarians, 5 clear lessons stood out. 1. Don't worry. Keep your heart young. Smile at others, greet your neighbors, and focus on the present moment. 2. Cultivate good habits. Wake up early, stay active, eat balanced meals, and keep your hands and mind busy. 3. Nurture friendships every day. Talking, drinking tea, and laughing with friends is a daily ritual, not a luxury. 4. Live an unhurried life. Take things slowly. Do one task at a time. Enjoy each season and each day as it comes. 5. Be optimistic. Laugh often, keep a positive outlook, and look forward to tomorrow with purpose and gratitude. The spirit of longevity, Uemaru. The people of Ajimai live by Uemaru, a strong sense of interconnectedness. They help one another build houses, farm, and celebrate life. No one is left behind, and everyone stays engaged in meaningful activities, right into old age. In Ajimai, longevity isn't about chasing youth, it's about living fully each day. Purpose, community, optimism, and simple habits make life long and beautiful. Their secret is not hidden, it's lived. If we can bring even a bit of Ajimai's spirit into our lives, we may not only live longer, we'll live better. Chapter 7: The Ikigai Diet. Imagine living a long, healthy life without strict diets, expensive supplements, or complex rules. Imagine feeling light, active, and full of life well into your 80, 90, and beyond. For the people of Okinawa, Japan, this isn't a fantasy, it's their everyday reality. Okinawa is home to some of the world's longest living people. They don't rely on fads or shortcuts. Their secret is found in something we all do daily: eating and drinking. This is the heart of the Ikigai diet, a way of nourishing the body and mind that keeps people thriving for decades. Japan, a land of long life. Japan consistently ranks at the top when it comes to life expectancy. According to global studies, Japanese men live on average to 85, and women to over 87. But one region stands out even within Japan: Okinawa. Once deeply affected by war and scarcity, Okinawa has transformed into a place with one of the highest ratios of centenarians, people living to 100 and beyond, in the entire world. And what makes this even more remarkable is that they're not just living longer, they're living well. So what's different about Okinawa? Their lifestyle combines movement, community, purpose, and most importantly, a unique way of eating that supports longevity from the inside out. The Okinawan diet, simple yet powerful. In the 1970s, Dr. Makoto Suzuki and his research team began studying Okinawa's elders to uncover their secrets. Decades of research led to fascinating findings about their daily diet and habits. Variety is their superpower. Okinawans don't limit themselves to a few staple foods. On average, they eat around 18 different types of food every day, and more than 200 kinds over the course of their lives. Their meals include a rainbow of ingredients: carrots, leafy greens, seaweed, tofu, sweet potatoes, peppers, onions, soybeans, and local specialties like bitter melon. Unlike fast food culture, where meals are repetitive and processed, Okinawan plates burst with color, texture, and nutrients. Vegetables and grains are the foundation. More than 30% of their daily calories come from vegetables. Rice is eaten daily, sometimes with noodles, and plant-based ingredients make up most of their meals. Meat is enjoyed occasionally, not daily, and usually in small portions. Fish is their main source of animal protein. They eat fish around 3 times per week, choosing fresh local varieties. Pork is consumed, but only once or twice a week, and often in traditional, carefully prepared ways. Low sugar, low salt, and low calories are key. Okinawans consume 1/3 the sugar and half the salt of the average Japanese person. Their daily calorie intake averages about 1,785, compared to over 2,000 elsewhere in Japan and much higher in many Western countries. This low-calorie, nutrient-rich pattern is one of the strongest protective factors against lifestyle diseases. Hara Hachibu, the 80% rule. One of Okinawa's most powerful longevity principles isn't just what they eat, but how much. They follow a simple but transformative practice called Hara Hachibu, which means, eat until you're 80% full. Instead of eating until they're stuffed, they stop just a little earlier. Meals in Okinawa are often served in many small bowls: a bit of rice, a bowl of soup, some vegetables, tofu, pickles, and perhaps some fish. This layout naturally slows down eating and encourages mindfulness. Modern science has caught up with this ancient wisdom. Eating less, while ensuring high nutritional value, has been linked to a longer life, lower risk of obesity, diabetes, inflammation, and even cancer. It also lowers levels of IGF-1, a protein linked to aging. Some Okinawans also practice occasional fasting, giving their bodies time to rest and rejuvenate. Antioxidants, nature's secret shield. Another cornerstone of the Ikigai diet is the daily intake of antioxidants through fresh, natural foods. 15 everyday Okinawan ingredients are especially rich in antioxidants. These include tofu, miso, carrots, sweet potatoes, soybeans, seaweed, bitter melon, cabbage, peppers, onions, and the famous sanpincha, a fragrant blend of green tea and jasmine flowers. Sanpincha isn't just a drink, it's a ritual. Okinawans enjoy about 3 cups a day. This tea helps lower cholesterol, strengthens the immune system, reduces stress, and provides a calming yet energizing effect. Green tea itself is a powerhouse. It's air-dried to preserve its nutrients and is rich in polyphenol that help fight aging, improve circulation, lower blood sugar, protect against infections, and even shield skin from UV damage. White tea is even more potent, with extremely high antioxidant content. And then there's the shikawaza, Okinawa's iconic citrus fruit. It looks like a small lime but contains 40 times more antioxidants than oranges. Its special compound, nobiletin, has been linked to protection against arteriosclerosis, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. It's used in cooking, desserts, and juices, adding both flavor and health benefits. Lessons for the rest of the world. The beauty of the Ikigai diet is that it's not a restrictive program. There are no complicated rules, expensive supplements, or unrealistic promises. Instead, it's based on timeless, practical habits. Eat the rainbow, include a wide variety of fresh, natural foods daily. Prioritize plants, make vegetables and grains your foundation. Enjoy fish moderately, and eat meat sparingly. Limit sugar and salt, focusing on natural flavors. Practice Hara Hachibu, stop before you're full. Drink antioxidant-rich teas like green or jasmine daily. Add citrus and local superfoods for extra vitality. These habits have kept generations of Okinawans healthy and active far beyond the average lifespan seen in most countries. The Ikigai diet isn't just about food, it's about a way of living. It's about appreciating each meal, respecting natural ingredients, and giving the body just what it needs, no more, no less. It's about enjoying meals with gratitude, staying connected to your community, and letting food support your purpose and joy in life. Okinawans don't diet to live longer. They live with purpose, eat with mindfulness, and let nature nourish them. And that, perhaps, is the greatest secret of all. Chapter 8. Gentle Movements, Longer Life. A beautiful journey into the power of gentle movements and how they can add years to our lives. This chapter reminds us that longevity isn't only about diet or mindset, it's also about how we move our bodies every single day. And guess what? You don't need an expensive gym membership or intense workouts to live longer. The people who live the longest are often not those who exercise the hardest, but those who keep moving naturally throughout their lives. Let's dive in. Daily movement, the secret of longevity. When researchers visited Ajimai, the village of longevity, in Okinawa, they noticed something fascinating. Even people in their 80 and 90 were active all day long. They didn't spend hours sitting on the couch. Instead, they took walks, gardened, sang karaoke with friends, and stayed engaged in their community. Their lifestyle is naturally filled with movement, not forced exercise, but joyful, regular activity. Modern research supports this. According to health experts, after just 30 minutes of sitting, your metabolism slows down significantly. Good cholesterol drops after 2 hours of sitting still. But simply standing up and moving for 5 minutes can restart your body's systems. The lesson: add small, frequent movements into your daily routine. Stretch. Walk. Stand. Do something light every hour. These little things add up and make a huge difference over time. The Eastern way: body, mind, and breath. When daily movement isn't enough, or when we live in cities where natural movement is limited, we can turn to ancient Eastern practices that have been around for centuries: yoga, tai chi, and qigong. These disciplines were never meant to be trendy fitness classes. Their original purpose was to bring balance between body, mind, and spirit, helping people face life with strength, joy, and peace. Yoga, which originated in India, focuses on uniting the body and mind through poses, breathing, and meditation. Tai Chi from China uses slow, flowing movements to build strength, balance, and inner calm. Qigong works with your life energy, combining gentle exercises and controlled breathing to restore balance. Scientific studies now confirm what Eastern masters have taught for centuries. These practices improve flexibility, reduce stress, lower blood pressure, enhance circulation, and slow age-related decline. Radio Taiso, a Japanese morning tradition. Before getting into the more complex practices, let's start with something simple and uniquely Japanese: Radio Taiso. This is a short morning warm-up routine that has been practiced in Japan since before World War II. The exercises are broadcast over the radio or TV, and people of all ages do them together, in schools, workplaces, and parks. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes, focusing on stretching and joint mobility. Even elderly people in nursing homes join in daily, some doing the movements from their wheelchairs. It's a wonderful example of how a shared, low-intensity movement can refresh the entire body and foster community spirit at the same time. Imagine starting your day with a few simple movements alongside your neighbors. That's the power of Radio Taiso. Yoga, the art of union. Yoga isn't just about flexibility. Its deeper aim is to help us live in harmony with ourselves and our surroundings. Different styles of yoga offer different paths. Hatha Yoga focuses on physical poses, asanas, and is the most popular form in the West and Japan. Karma Yoga is about purposeful action. Bhakti Yoga emphasizes devotion and surrender. Jnana Yoga focuses on wisdom and mental growth. One of the most well-known sequences is the Sun Salutation, a series of flowing movements that stretches and energizes the body in just a few minutes. Practicing it daily can improve your posture, flexibility, and focus, and give you a great start to your day. Tai Chi, flow like water. Tai Chi, also called Taijiquan, originated as a martial art but evolved into a gentle exercise for health and longevity. Its slow, deliberate movements are like a moving meditation. Practitioners focus on balance, posture, and smooth transitions. Different styles, like Yang and Shen, have different rhythms, but the goals are similar. Move with intention. Stay relaxed yet aware. Combine strength with softness. Keep energy flowing continuously. One famous Tai Chi movement is wave hands like clouds. It involves shifting weight slowly from one foot to another while moving your arms in gentle, cloud-like motions. It looks simple but has a deep calming effect on the mind and body. Qigong, cultivating life energy. Qigong, sometimes called Qigong, combines physical movements, breathing techniques, and mental focus to strengthen and balance your life energy, or Qi. It can be done standing, sitting, or lying down, making it suitable for people of all ages. The practice is both gentle and powerful. Scientific studies have shown that regular Qigong practice can lower blood pressure, improve bone density, enhance heart and brain function, reduce stress and fatigue, slow down age-related conditions. A classic Qigong exercise is the 5 Elements series, where each set of movements represents earth, water, wood, metal, and fire. These movements help balance different energies in the body and improve overall well-being. Shiatsu and breathing, the finishing touches. Chapter 8 also touches on shiatsu, a Japanese healing technique that uses thumb and palm pressure to improve energy flow and relieve tension. It's often combined with stretching and breathing for a deeper effect. And finally, there's the power of breathing. Ancient Chinese doctors taught that breath and movement must work together. Breathing slowly and intentionally calms the mind, strengthens the body, and brings everything into harmony. Even something as simple as focusing on your breath while walking can turn a regular stroll into a mindful practice that benefits your entire system. Chapter 8 of Ikigai beautifully reminds us, living long and staying healthy doesn't require extreme workouts. What truly matters is consistent, gentle movement and mindful breathing, day after day. Whether it's radio taiso in the morning, a bit of yoga or tai chi during the day, or a peaceful Qigong session in the evening, these practices connect body and mind, and unlock the secret of graceful aging. Chapter 9. Resilience and Wabi-Sabi. In this chapter, we explore a powerful idea: how to face life's challenges without letting stress and worry age us. The secret lies in resilience, and in embracing the Japanese philosophy of Wabi-Sabi. Together, these ideas teach us how to stay strong, calm, and even grow through life's ups and downs. What is resilience? Life is full of surprises, some beautiful, some difficult. Resilience is our ability to bounce back when things don't go as planned. It's not just stubborn perseverance. It's a mindset that helps us focus on what truly matters instead of being swept away by fear and frustration. The Japanese proverb, "Nana karobi ya oki," fall 7 times, stand up 8, perfectly captures this spirit. Resilient people don't let setbacks define them. They adapt, focus on what they can control, and keep moving toward their purpose. This ability protects both our mental health and our physical well-being, slowing down the aging effects of chronic stress. Lessons from Buddhism and Stoicism. 2 ancient philosophies, Buddhism and Stoicism, offer practical ways to build emotional strength. Buddha discovered that neither extreme wealth nor extreme self-denial leads to peace. Instead, balance and awareness are key. Similarly, Stoic thinkers like Zeno, Seneca, and Epictetus taught that pleasures aren't the enemy, losing control to them is. They practiced what's called negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenario to prepare their minds for change. By facing fears mentally first, they reduced anxiety and became emotionally steady. Stoics also focused only on what they could control, letting go of the rest. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Buddhist meditation works similarly, by observing thoughts and emotions without being carried away. This mental training helps us stay calm even when life feels chaotic. Living in the present and embracing impermanence. Another pillar of resilience is learning to live in the present. Both Stoicism and Buddhism remind us that the past is gone and the future is uncertain. All we truly have is the now. Marcus Aurelius compared life to leaves on a tree. They can fall at any moment. Instead of fearing this, he advised us to appreciate what's in front of us. This connects beautifully with the Japanese concept of Wabi-Sabi, which finds beauty in imperfection, change, and the passing of time. A cracked teacup, for example, is seen as beautiful precisely because it reflects the natural world, fragile and changing. Another idea, Ichigo Ichi, reminds us that each moment is unique and will never come again. Whether it's a conversation with a friend or a quiet sunset, every encounter is precious. This awareness helps us stay grounded and grateful. Beyond resilience, becoming anti-fragile. While resilience means bouncing back to your original state, there's something even more powerful: anti-fragility. This concept, introduced by Nazim Nicholas Taleb, describes things that get stronger when challenged, like the mythical Hydra, which grew 2 heads for every one cut off. We can build anti-fragility in our lives through 3 steps. 1. Create backups and options. Don't depend on one income, one skill, or one relationship. Diversifying makes you stronger during unexpected changes. 2. Take small, smart risks. Bet safely in some areas but experiment boldly in others, so failures don't break you but wins can lift you. 3. Remove what makes you fragile: habits, toxic people, unnecessary stress. Sometimes subtracting is more powerful than adding. When we adopt this mindset, setbacks become opportunities for growth rather than threats to our happiness. Resilience and Wabi-Sabi teach us something essential: life is imperfect, unpredictable, and always changing. We can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. By accepting impermanence, living fully in the moment, training our minds, and learning to adapt, we protect our inner peace and slow the aging effects of stress. And if we go one step further, becoming anti-fragile, every challenge we face can actually make us stronger. And that brings us to the end of today's journey into the beautiful philosophy of Ikigai. I hope this video inspired you to slow down, reflect, and discover what truly gives meaning to your life. Remember, Ikigai isn't just a concept, it's a way of living every single day with purpose, joy, and balance. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring lessons from this amazing book. Tell us in the comments what part of today's lesson spoke to you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep smiling, stay curious, and continue your journey to finding your Ikigai.